Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about how to display a golfer's videos in your website. And if we look at the documentation, I clicked on display a golfer's videos here under the Swingbot Pro SDK. And I just want to review this page just for a second. We're going to install the SDK, we're going to get a list of those videos, and then we're going to show a sample of how to display those videos. So if you haven't already installed the SDK, there's a link here that you could follow, and it will explain how to do that. We're also going to use the method get videos by user ID, and that's located in the SDK as well. And so keep in mind, this method is going to require the user's ID, as it states here. And you can get that user ID if we go over to the panel. And I'm going to use my name here, john.geotropoulos@gmail, and my ID is 1. So if we're going to call this method in the documentation, then we're going to need to go ahead and pass in that ID. So let's go into the code a little bit here and see what we have to work with. So I've created a simple page here. Get the video list is the title of the sample page, and I'll include this code in the documentation itself. I've got some basic styling, which is going to set up a grid for my videos. And in the body of my document, all I have is one div, one container with the ID of videos, and that's going to be important in a moment here. So I've installed the SDK via the CDN with this line of code on line 25. I've included my API key, and as usual, to get that API key, you can go ahead and click on the API key tab in the dashboard, and it's going to pull up my API key. You can copy that to your clipboard and then paste it into your code here where I have my demo key. The user ID again is user ID 1, so that's the user ID I'm going to use. And then, as usual, we're going to initialize our client SDK with the API key. And this is the main part. We're going to call the get videos by user ID method. Now, in this method, it's going to return a lot of results. So if we want to go ahead and console log that to our page, let's go ahead and take a look at the console. I'll refresh the page here so you can see what's happening. And this first line is all of the data that gets returned from the SDK. So you can see here in the records attribute of the payload, we have a ton of videos, and these are the videos you see here in the list. And you get access to everything from the avatars, the date created, the date processed, a lot of information here that you can use to display. I've chosen just to display the email address of the user, and I'll show you that in the code. So I'm just using very, very straight JavaScript here to create different div elements, an image element, and a paragraph tag to store that email. And all I'm doing is iterating over the video records and creating all of these elements and then appending them to my main video container. So that video container is right here. Its name is videos, and that's why that is important right there. So again, I'm going to refresh this page. You're going to see all of these videos that I've console logged here in the console. And you can display these however you choose with any styling that you'd like. And keep in mind, all of this information is available in the documentation. And let's see, right here. And the code is located right here in the documentation if you need that for reference. But that's how you display a golfer's videos to your website.